My name is John, and this is Cinema Saturday. Today, I have a review for Fantastic Four: First Steps. This movie stars a lot of people you know. This movie is about the classic team, the Fantastic Four. They've already done a lot of the adventures. They're already world renowned, and people love them. They have merch. People love them. But everything changes when a being from outer space named Galactus threatens to devour the entire planet unless the Fantastic Four give up their unborn child who happens to have the power that he needs in order to be free and not have to devour planets. But of course, hijinks ensue. Now, I've been putting this one off on the back burner for a while because maybe I have a hot take, maybe I don't. Maybe by now, all the heat for Fantastic Four, if there ever was any, kind of settled down by now. But, in my opinion, the Fantastic Four movie was not fantastic. Maybe I had too high of expectations for the movie. Because going in, I was waiting for that moment where everything clicked and I could finally enjoy the movie. In fact, I have my popcorn bucket ready. I always have my popcorn bucket ready. I might eat a little bit before the movie, but I don't start eating my popcorn until the movie kicks off. And the opening montage of their recent adventures wasn't enough for me to open my popcorn bucket and go, oh yeah, this is good. This is good stuff here. I was like, okay, cool. This is all the other stuff. What's the cool stuff we're going to get to? I'm not going to lie. It took a while to get there. It probably took as long as 30 minutes into the movie for me to be like, okay, I think this next sequence we're kicking it off now. But it just took a long time to get there. And overall, I just did not feel that the Fantastic Four lived up to my expectations. But that's just me personally. I was wanting to have a lot more fun with this movie. Maybe as much fun with Superman, because we can still have serious discussions and a more serious tone with the movie and still have fun. I mean, look at Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts did it, and Thunderbolts asked some real important questions too, like, are you sad? How does that affect you and the people around you? And for me, I couldn't get behind the Fantastic Four or their questions or the dilemma. The world is about to go away. Everything you know is about to be destroyed. But you could stop that. You just have to give up your unborn baby. Now, me being childless, I have no clue what that does mentally, and how much people will be like, I don't care what happens to the rest of the world, I'm not giving up my baby for you guys. But in this situation, the way it was presented in the movie, I was like, so you're not going to give up your baby? So you're not. You're going to let this whole planet blow up so that you can keep your one first child that's not born yet. Granted, that's a lot to ask. I definitely understand it's a lot to ask. But as an outside viewer watching a movie, I was like, y'all better give up that baby. Y'all better give up that baby right now. I don't see what the question is, right? Because it didn't seem like Galactus wanted to kill the baby. He just wanted the baby to take its place. And I feel like there weren't any questions asked. They're like, what does that mean? How do we negotiate? There wasn't even like, oh, let's negotiate for now, and then later on return the tables, and then we'll get our child back eventually, and they'll have a normal life, and not whatever Galactus is trying to do. So I think that was a big thing for me that just didn't work out in the movie. Spoiler warning for that part. But that was that's a big thing in the movie. It's like the biggest thing. So while I wasn't really into marketing, I think, that's like the big question in the movie and how everything evolves. So hopefully I didn't spoil that for you. But overall, Fantastic Four was not that great for me. So, I mean, all the actors did well. The CGI looked good. The score was, I haven't listened to the whole score, but I think when watching the movie, it did not envelop me. And I love Michael Giacchino. Michael Giacchino is the best composer on my list. He's my favorite. It just didn't hit the same. And of course, maybe if I go back and listen to the soundtrack, I'm like, oh yeah, these themes, everything sounds so good. But maybe because I've been listening to Giacchino a lot, I know his sound, and maybe it just sounded more like this sound, or more like they're like, do something. They already told him like, do something like The Incredibles, but not The Incredibles that fits this vibe, right? And that's what he got. Alright, because it kind of sounds a little bit like The Incredibles. The vocals, the Fantastic Four vocals, sound like a lot like, the vocals he used for, at the end of the Incredible 2 soundtrack, there's like an Elastigirl song, Frozone song, and Mr. Incredible song, and they all kind of sound like that Fantastic Four song. So, I know there was a very strong concept for this movie, and I wish that I liked it more than I did. I just didn't. And I'm not even saying it's a bad movie at all. It's definitely enjoyable. It has its rewatchability. It has its great moments. It just did not hit for me. Sorry to say. So all that being said, I'm going to give Fantastic Four a good old 7 on the scale. Not bad. Could be better. Actually, no, let's backtrack that. I'm going to give Fantastic Four a good old 6.5 on the scale. I feel like with all the money and resources Marvel has, this should have been a better, well-received movie throughout everyone. Everyone should have minimal problems with this movie. But for some reason, I feel like people have... There's just like this thing about the movie that just didn't click. So I don't feel like I'm the only one. But again... That's my review for the Fantastic Four First Steps. I hope their next set of steps are better than this one. And I'm down for it. I'm down for all the Marvel steps. But yeah. My name is John. Thank you for watching Cinema Saturday. And as always, have a good one.